can be very confident about what's happened on Swiss equity since the depegging of the euro. We were all quite surprised by what happened in January in the decision of the Swiss National Bank to abandon the peg against the euro. Since then, companies have been very clear about the measures they took since 2011 and once again since the depegging in January 2015. And I think we can remain confident that we're going to have a good earnings growth in the current difficult currency environment. Nothing new for Swiss companies. They've been fighting against a strong currency for the last 40 years during 2015. So we're still very positive for equity in general and the Swiss equity market in particular. Well, let's take a few examples. If we take a large company such as Lonza, since 2011, they've been restructuring one of their factories in Switzerland, their only large production facility in Switzerland, and reducing considerably their headcount there. If we look at what a company has done since January, we can take Georg Fischer, an industrials company in Switzerland, which has decided to increase the working time of their personnel in Switzerland by 10%. 10% loss on currency, 10% increase in working time. So they go from 40 hours a week to 44 hours a week. Absolutely. We've noticed that since 2011, so again I always mention this because this is the last time that the Swiss franc went to parity against euro, we've seen that the small mid-cap companies have not regained the premium at which they tend to trade at against the wider Swiss Performance Index. We think that as such there's an interesting valuation play at the moment on the small and mid-cap stocks. We would also point out that their global presence, which is similar to large cap stocks in Switzerland, should benefit very strongly from the growth opportunities that we see around the world at the moment. We are positive on equity in general, globally, and the Swiss equity market, which is a very global equity market. You don't invest in the Swiss economy when you buy Swiss shares, you invest in global economy and global growth opportunities, and that certainly should be a very positive dynamic for the Swiss equity market in 2015.